when I'm talking. Put your head to the ground when I walk in. You should proceed with caution. You could get cut up for free, that's a walk-in. Don't need your offering. Come in my office, speaking to me as a fee. I'm an impress. He might be hotter than y'all, but I'm heat to a different degree. Don't believe, come and see. Fuga. When it open, it go right through you. Give me an inch and I'll show you a roller. When you see me, freeze, producer, you can get skilled with. I'll be the best, I mean nobody better. You best in your era, I'm best in wherever, whenever, forever. I sit at the top. Even when you giving all that you got, all that I'm giving to you is a box. That mean that you better chill. Popping out when I'm breaking the seal. No Shibuya, you can't level the field. Gassed up like he MD till he gotta face the greatest in history. Know that Betty may have faith in ability. Only way that's gonna play is my victory, and that's a split decision. Cut him deep, that's a big incision. Hit my target with elite precision. You call him great at his peak position. If this competition was shame.
What is up, guys? Dashing here and live. You could probably already tell straight out of the gate my voice still not at 100%, but at this point I don't know if my voice will ever fully recover, so we ball. But welcome to the season premiere. Yes, we are back in action. Shockwave number 114. I miss this. You know, it's only been a few weeks. It feels like it's been months. And boy, oh boy, am I ready to get back into the thick of it. And we cannot ask for a much better way to get things started here. Brand new season. A bona fide banger right here, straight out the gate, my friends. As Tobias Jones, the former Intercontinental Champion, getting ready to take on one of many newcomers we're going to see throughout the night. Not just here on the season premiere Shockwave, but Octane as well over the next few weeks. We got a lot of new faces, as is typically the case when we enter a new season. Men, women, pouring into CMV, looking to make a name for themselves. And well, first up here, we're going to get a look at Eric Myers of Pure Excellence. Pure Excellence, couple of members joining CMV here at the start of the new season. Damian Joyce as well, we'll be seeing very soon. But right now, it's Eric Myers who's looking to, well, perhaps do a little bit of dirty work for his tag team partner, the Zero-G champion, Jackson Drake, of course, who himself is in action later on tonight in a Climb to Fame contract ladder match qualifier against Pink Star. But obviously, ever since Jackson Drake has arrived here in CMV towards the end of last season, has been at odds with Tobias Jones. And what we saw at the end of last season, final stand, Jackson Drake won the Zero-G championship in that triple threat match by forcing Tobias Jones to tap out, almost breaking his gosh darn arm in the process. So obviously Tobias Jones far from finished with Jackson Drake, but with Drake being busy in that Climb to Fame contract ladder match qualifier, Jones going to have to settle for taking out his frustrations on Eric Myers here. And the Shockwave roster most certainly has itself a real problem in the form of Myers, who's looking to show out here in his debut, knock off a former Intercontinental Champion. So here we go, Tobias Jones, Eric Myers, our first match of the brand new season. And Murphy gonna ring the bell as Eric Myers, goddamn, comes straight out of the gate with a kick to the face, but responds to Tobias Jones with a hurricanrana and into a standing shooting star press. And as we see Jones, now I knee the extended arm, this new attitude of Tobias Jones following in the footsteps of his siblings. Both Emmett Jones and Amelia Jones. And at the end of last season, we saw him, unthinkable to many, join up with his arch rival Pink Star. The two, I guess, a common common goal, feeling as though they're disrespected by these newcomers, and join forces to wreak havoc, attacking the likes of, look at this, by Eric Myers, by the way. That was gorgeous. Like a gator roll into a final cut here at ringside, but well, Jackson Drake was on the receiving end of numerous attacks by Tobias Jones and Pink Star, but now obviously Jackson Drake's got some backup. Eric Myers and Damian Joyce now here on Shockwave, so maybe Tobias Jones going to think twice before he and Pink Star think about any more sneak attacks. But up on the apron here, we see count of 7, by the way. Anybody new to CMV having to the count of 20 here in CMV to get back into the ring. Although, wait a minute. Referee may not have gotten the memo. We might have to restart this one. Yeah. What's going on, by the way? Can we, okay, 2 things straight out the gate. This is CMV. Things like this happen quite often. This match is going to be restarted because it's supposed to have it to the count of 20, but and also, I don't know why that had a cowboy outline. That's not this game, man. If we could break kayfabe for just a moment. I hate this game with a passion. $120 I spent on this. And that last patch just broke so many things. I wish I had gotten this game physical because, well, maybe I don't because I probably would have snapped the disc in half at this point. But we're going to restart this match. Murphy didn't get the memo. You have it to the count of 20 to get back into the ring here in CMV. So hopefully that does not happen again. Like I said, it's CMV. Couldn't start the season any other way than with a botch. And Eric Myers certainly not looking to, and he's looking to end this one right away too. He's pissed off. And his debut was almost sullied there by our head official nonetheless. He should know the rules by now. But then again, Murphy's been known to be very corrupt over the years. Just ask Shay Hoxton. So maybe Tobias Jones tried to slip him a $5 or something to get Eric Myers counted out here. Without Tobias Jones might be the one getting counted out as he's sent down to the outside. See, look how long Murphy took there to start the count. I don't know. Maybe I'm just trying to grasp at straws, as it were. But these two need to get back into the ring. Let's not play around here. First match of the new season. Can we not have it end in a botch here, guys? Murphy, slow that count. Slow that count a little bit, buddy. Eric Myers, again, going to go for that gator roll, but it looks like this time Tobias Jones had it well scouted. He was able to drop down behind Eric Myers, forearm to the middle of the back, and another one. Get him back into the ring, brother. Get him back into the ring. Let's not play around here. First match of the new season. Let's get a definitive victor. Everybody wants it. Oh, Eric Myers is going to get thrown down onto the floor rather unceremoniously. And out of the top rope. That should reset the count, I feel like. Boom! Big neck breaker. Oh, it did. Okay. At least Murphy's playing by the rules somewhat. And now it looks like Tobias trying to get him back into the ring. And he does. Let's thank the wrestling gods here. He'll jump back into the ring. Go for a pin. Well, Tobias Jones going to end it legitimately? No. That freaking blockbuster from the top out of the floor. I wouldn't have been surprised if that was all she wrote for Eric Myers right there. But the problem isn't finished just yet. He doesn't want to take a loss like this in his debut. And maybe more than that, doesn't want to let down his tag team partner, Jackson Drake, by giving Tobias Jones any sort of momentum. As you know, Tobias, he wants a crack at that Zero-G championship. Again, later on, we'll see Pink Star and Jackson Drake one-on-one for a spot in the Climb to Fame contract ladder match at Climb to Fame. 2 qualifiers for the night. We're also going to see Leon Valente and Hunter Quinn in a qualifier. Not to mention our main event, guys, handicap match. Look at this from Eric Myers. Oh my God! Well, Myers, I think, was going for some sort of like slingshot facebuster. Just got absolutely blasted with a super kick. The timing there, man, the reflexes from Tobias Jones. Unreal. That was amazing. Glad this match got restarted now. Uh-oh, but to the top. Swanton bomb from the former Intercontinental Champion. As I was saying, our main event, guys, undisputed world champion Ellie Quinn is here. She's going to be in action, despite not being in one piece, against the Killjoy Club in a handicap match. Myers, big forearm to the side of the head and into the pin to end this one, but a kick out. Not going to be that easy. Oh, but now Myers may be thinking about going to the top rope. He's thinking about something here. Something on the mind of Mr. Myers. But maybe he doesn't have Tobias Jones in a good enough position, just stomping on him. And now he's going to bring him to his feet, knee to the gut, big elbow to the back of the head. Doesn't get much more straightforward than that. Nothing crazy technical about it, but certainly effective. Oh, wait a minute. What the hell is going on? Hey, wait a minute. Jackson Drake, the Zero-G champion's coming out here. Well, I guess he wasn't looking to just watch this one from the locker room, distracting Tobias Jones, and now Myers, trying to creep up from behind. But Tobias, he's a veteran at this point. He's seen it coming. Myers tried to take advantage, but look at this now. And right in front of Jackson Drake, this would be a real shot sent towards the Zero-G champion. Oh, but a kick out. If Tobias can pin Eric Myers right in front of the Zero-G champion. And the bangerang, that's vintage. Tobias Jones from his days as Mystery Mask. And guys, Eric Myers might be done for. Oh, but no, gets out of the way. Narrowly avoids that corkscrew shooting star press. And into the pin, but a kick out. Well, Jackson Drake, the damage done now. If nothing else, sent a very direct message to Tobias Jones. The odds are even now, if not in the favor of Pure Excellence, because obviously Pink Star and Tobias Jones, look at this counter fest. My Lord, middle of the ring now. As I was saying, no, Pure Excellence, they've got the numbers now. With Eric Myers and Damian Joyce, they outnumber Pink Star and Tobias Jones. So the tables have turned. Oh boy, Shining Wizard. Looks like Drake is left at this point. Like I said, he did what he came out here to do. I'm going to leave Eric Myers to try to finish things off. Myers looks like he's still hurting though after that cliffhanger DDT. He's trying to shake it off. Easier said than done, obviously. And try for another pin right here towards the center of the ring. Murphy in position, and almost another very close call for Eric Myers here. This our very first match of the season, man. There's a lot of shit going on. I'd have it no other way, though. And Eric Myers, what's he looking for? Oh! Well, Emmett Jones, eat your heart out. The double underhook pile driver. That's got to be a shot. Fuck you, Jones family. Hook of the leg. 1, 2, 3, and that's a dub for Eric Myers. You got to give a little bit of a no. There's the actual transition screen. I don't know what the hell's going on with it. Okay. I guess we're in Texas, maybe. I'm not sure. But nonetheless, a little bit of a nod to Jackson Drake there for the help. But Eric Myers, victorious in his CMV debut. And again, things are not going to go the way they did at the end of last season with Tobias Jones and Pink Star running around, using their numbers advantage to attack whoever they like. Pure Excellence not going to play that anymore. They've shown up this season with the numbers, and we just saw it take full effect in this matchup. Almost had him dead to rights to Jones right there with the cliffhanger DDT, then tried for that corkscrew shooting star press, but we saw Eric Myers able to avoid it. Tried for the pin right here. Almost got it done just like that. But instead it was that double underhook pile driver that got the job done. And Eric Myers debuts with a win. Now we'll see If Jackson Drake can get the job done later on against Pink Star and advance to Climb to Fame, maybe Eric Myers repays the favor. Might not be done for Eric Myers just yet. We'll have to wait and see. Well, there is still a whole heck of a lot, my friends, going down right here on the season premiere of Shockwave. We got more debuts. We got Climb to Fame contract ladder match qualifiers. And coming up next, we are getting a look at 3 new tag teams here in CMV and on the Shockwave roster. A triple threat tornado tag team matchup coming your way. And out first, guys, there on the left, Johnny Goodshot. On the right, Noel Badstreet, the Greasers, straight out of the 50s or 60s here. But these two are no nonsense. And look at Jackson Jaws here in their debut. Obviously, triple threat tornado tag team matchup. All 3 teams active at the same time. No tags necessary. Tornado rules apply. And with the first team to gain pinfall or submission in the ring, that gets the dub. And, well, a huge dub here on the season premiere. And you know who's got to be watching this one? The World Tag Team Champions, Blake Virtue and Troy Colt. Won those titles at the end of last season, the final episode of Shockwave of last season. Obviously, the season itself didn't end very well for them at Final Stand, as we saw the Jackals and Shay Hoxton absolutely decimate the Dream Team, they call themselves. Give me a break. And next, oh my word, ladies, perking up, fellas, jealous, they are here. Beautiful Bo Naras and his tag team partner, E-Rex Sean, the Bromancers, debut here on Shockwave. And look at these studs. Look at the dick on that guy. My word. Apologize, we're PG here, of course. Christian family show, as we all know. But I just can't help myself. I mean, look at those abs. You could cut some cheese on those things. But the Bromancers, not just about looks, mostly. But they're looking to back it up in the ring here. Oh, pure testosterone. They beat ass, and they do it stylishly. More ways than one, so I've been told anyway. I wouldn't personally know anything about it, of course. But I digress. And last but not least, truly no nonsense here. I have a feeling the Backbreakers ain't gonna have no time for the Bromancers. There on the left, Jonas Dracherton. On the right is Archie Shepherd. The Backbreakers debut here in CMV. And I love the look of these guys. Obviously, they're world traveled tag team champions just about everywhere they've gone. I have a feeling that won't be different here in CMV. Again, triple threat tornado tag team matchup. That also means no countouts and no disqualifications to keep in mind. I'm sure there's plenty of plunder under the ring these three teams might look to utilize. As again, debut for all three of these teams. They want to show out. They want to get a win and send a message to this tag team division, to the champs, Blake Virtue and Troy Call. So here we go, the Greasers, the Bromancers. I'm not too sure where Noel Badstreet was. He had to pop out of the ring real quick and grab something, I don't know. But now the matchup begins, and again, tornado rules in effect. This is going to be a wild one. I think the way we kicked off the show with Tobias Jones and Eric Myers there was a crazy time. This one is sure to be even wilder. We're going to see big Shepherd, man. Look at those. What are those muscles? I'm not a very technical guy when it comes to the human body, but those muscles on the shoulders, I mean, just almost disgusting. Archie Shepherd, those things are monstrous. There's a reverse DDT from Rex. Now tries to get, I believe that's Johnny Goodshot into the corner. Well, we saw Murphy having some trouble in the first match. I think this one might be even a bigger problem for him. As we see Jonas. Oh, nice camera cut right there. Countered though by Johnny Goodshot. Out of the Dyna and into the ring here. No play around from the Greasers. Smash mouth style. Look at here. Noel Badstreet with a torture rack neckbreaker to Sean. Meanwhile, back suplex from Goodshot takes down Shepherd. And we have our first weapon introduced again. No disqualifications. Looks like Jonas brought in a sledgehammer to try to use, but didn't get the chance to. No countouts either, as you see Badstreet out there just chilling. Powerbomb from Jonas. And we're going to see Archie nail Johnny Goodshot with that sledgehammer. Not elimination style here. First team to get out of the pin or submission's got to be in the ring, though. They are victorious. Now we see E-Rex Sean grab himself a kendo stick, just whack it right over the head of Archie Shepherd. And a shot to the knee as well. Johnny Goodshot, though, going to knock that kendo stick out of his hands. He's taking on both the Bromancers at the same time. Look, they're no stranger to a three-way. Here comes Jonas coming to the aid of his tag team partner. Trying to anyhow. Bo going to join the front at ringside in the ring. Meanwhile, Rex going to slap to the back of him. Good shots. What the fuck? Pile driver on the floor from beautiful Bo. Just turned this one up a notch. In the ring, beautiful. Missile dropkick from E-Rex Sean. Follows it up with an elbow drop across the lower back. And I'm sure the World Tag Team Champions Blake Virtue and Troy Call are watching this one closely. Three new teams here on Shockwave they got to take notice of. Oh, Archie Shepherd. His head smashed into the steel post there. Quite a sound echoing throughout the arena. It's going to be Johnny Goodshot trying for the pin, but a kick out by Sean. And look at the power here from Shepherd. Wheelbarrow facebuster. I love the backbreakers. I can't even lie to you. I love all three of these teams, though. Low key, maybe even high key. At ringside, Jonas for the European uppercut. Oh my God! Here comes Bo, just whipping a steel chair right at the head of Jonas. Off the ropes, Shepherd with a scoop up. Beautiful Bo, but able to escape. Here comes Johnny Goodshot with the right hand. Baseball bat. So this is the first time that Noel Badstreet has used a baseball bat to put a hurting on someone. Power slam from Shepherd. Gonna hook to the jaw, gonna spin him around. Back suplex. Wait a minute! It might be time to fuck his ass, break his back, and make him humble. But well, I guess just release that camel clutch. I had it locked in for about a minute and a half. And an abdominal stretch, Olympic stretch, Kevin Silva style, but Off the top. Chop to the back of Linus's head. Going to drop him. Oh, small package here. Nothing small about Beautiful Bo's package. If we can keep it real for a moment. Johnny, good shot. Getting lit up here by Jonas as Archie Shepherd utilizes that baseball bat. And a sledgehammer, kendo stick, baseball bat. These three teams beating the snot out of each other. The back suplex right there by Jonas. As now he's going to try for a cravat suplex. Johnny, good shot back up. Capture suplex. Shades of Ice Cold Savage there. A German going to drop him on his neck. Look at this Fisherman's Driver from Noel Badstreet. Look at this. 69! 69! The tombstone stretched. And Archie Shepherd is in serious trouble. Not the first time Erect Sean has had someone in that position. This half Nelson backbreaker from Jonas. Pinned though by Erect Sean. Breaks that up. Stomp to the hand. He's going to continue his attack here on Noel. I'm not too sure what Beautiful Bo is doing here. Oh, he's looking under that ring. What else? What else, man? Oh, pin from Jonas for the backbreakers. Oh, man, a very, very close 2 count. Not quite enough to get the job done for the backbreakers. Full Nelson! Full Nelson now locked in! And Archie Shepherd might have to tap. He does! The Bromancers! The Bromancers! Victorious here on Shockwave. Woo! Man, he had them all locked up in various positions. You had the camel clutch, you had the 69, and then finally, that full Nelson stretching Archie Shepherd to his limits. And how beautiful it is. The Bromancers victorious here on the Shockwave season premiere. What a match it was, chaotic to say the least. Plethora of weapons utilized. Nobody coming out of this one at 100%. Almost had it won right there, did Jonas for the backbreakers, but here you see Jonas was busy with Noel Badstreet. Couldn't get to Archie in time. That full Nelson makes him tap. And there's going to be quite a celebration tonight for the Bromancers. I got a feeling. I hope I'm invited. And up next, my friends, we are already back in the ring. And Jack Wolf, well, it looked like he was going to offer a handshake to James Hart here. A double debut in this next matchup, my friends. Jack Wolf and James Hart, as we just saw with the tag team division. All newcomers are going to make a name for themselves. The same here for Jack Wolf and James Hart. And we already are seeing the type of man Jack Wolf is with that feigned handshake, which obviously James Hart was not a fan of. Now we get the collar and elbow tie up. Jack Wolf, you can see here, the bigger man. I have a feeling he's going to be able to overpower Hart. Oh, but no, look at that. James Hart going to take him into a side headlock. Crafty here is Hart, the Casino Kid. Speaking of casinos, Jack Wolf, I'm sure, is no stranger to one. This is a wealthy man, my friends. One of the richest men alive. Maybe the richest man in CMV. I don't know. He might have to go bag for bag with Shay Hoxton on that one. I have a feeling though, Shay Hoxton and Jack Wolf, they might make fast friends. The Wolf of Wall Street. Oh, but he's not not trading stock here tonight. Trying to raise his stock here in CMV. But so far, James Hart has had his number, man. Now going to trip him up. Don't sleep on the Casino Kid, we're finding out real quick. That feigned handshake pissed him off. Look at now, a scoop slam and into the pin. Imagine if that does it. Maybe it will. But a kick out. And Jack Wolf says, wait a minute, I wasn't ready for this. He's going to go to the outside, try to catch his breath real quick, but James Hart not going to let it happen. Lighting that man up like the 4th of July. Tries for a big punch. Wolf able to escape through the legs. Now going to get thrown down onto the floor. Very little cushioning do those pads provide. Right hook. There we go. Now Wolf's coming back. And there's that power with a pendulum backbreaker. And some headbutts to fall. Headbutts more like. Count of 6 though. Got to be weary of that count already. Murphy really not playing with these counts tonight, as we already learned. Unfortunately, elbows to the gut. They try to get him back into the ring. Counter though. Oh, and Hart. Skull first off the steel ring post there, and it's a race to get back into the ring. Both men make it, luckily, just before the count. It was almost 10 there, but now the Wolf of Wall Street on the prowl, and the stock market crash. It might be over right there. 1, 2, no, a kick out is James Hart showing us his heart right there. Able to stay in it at least for now, but Jack Wolf isn't finished. We're going to show some modified sharpshooter right there next to the ropes, but able to escape. He's going straight to the top rope for a moonsault, but Wolf is quick to get out of the way. Back suplex gets counted into a bulldog. Back and forth these two go. James Hart knows he's hurt. He's got to turn things around quickly if he doesn't want to take the L here in his debut. Big fisherman's driver. Now he looks to circle Jack Wolf. What's he thinking? What's going on in the mind here of the Casino Kid? He's back up on the top as Jack Wolf gets into the ring. Off the top, he goes for a vicious forearm. Looks like it almost caught Jack Wolf on the neck. And into the pin, but still just a 1 count as Wolf gets right back up. But James Hart unrelenting here as he sends Wolf into the corner. Full steam ahead, able to grab them legs. Kick to the back of the head. Watch out, Murphy. Oh, a sliding German. Jack Wolf. Oh, 450 attempted a big, meaty clothesline. Almost taken off the Casino Kid's head. But look at this. Liger bomb. James Hart, this is one fast kid. I can barely keep up here. Jack Wolf is certainly having that problem, but what now from Hart as he waits for Wolf to get to his feet. Off the ropes he's going to go. What the, pardon my French, what the fuck was he even looking for there? I do not even know, but whatever it was, Jack Wolf had it scouted. As we see Hart go up to the top rope. It's fairly obvious this kid loves to fly. Found out early on here in this matchup. Another pin attempt. Oh, well, closer that time. It was like a 2.5. Again, off the top, moonsault across the lower back. Wolf not able to see it coming and avoid it that time as he gets dumped to the outside, eliminated from the Royal Rumble. And this is James Hart. I can just tell he's contemplating right now doing something crazy. You look at pacing back and forth. Jack Wolf's getting to his feet. Oh no, a little bit of hesitation from Hart, perhaps. Holding himself back a bit, maybe. But now they're gonna start exchanging knife edge chops. They're lighting each other up like a Christmas tree. Woo! And look at James Hart being a bit cheeky as Wolf delivers a big right hook and another and another. Hart still standing though. God damn, man. Now it's Jack Wolf saying, that's all you got, kid? Not impressed. This is making me cringe a little bit. Oh, they're going for it! It's a hockey fight! Beat the hell out of each other! Oh, but it looks like it might be Wolf against the upper hand. And another stock market crash just like that. Good night. Good night. 1, 2, 3. He ain't getting up. The Wolf of Wall Street, victorious in his debut. Man, what a match that was, though. That match made me a fan of both these men. And nothing to be ashamed of from James Hart. He just got caught there in the end. I really think this match could have gone either way. Maybe James Hart just took to the air one time too many. And it might be what ultimately cost him. I want to see a replay of that second stock market crash, though, man. That was vicious. We hear from the top, that double accidental actually almost got the win. Look how close this pin was. 1, 2. You see that moonsault across the lower back. And here's where it came to an end. Final big right hook and a second stock market crash, baby. That timing, precision execution by the Wolf of Wall Street. Phenomenal win for the richest motherfucker alive. And we saw some debuts in our tag team division already. We just saw a couple of fellas arrive here on Shockwave, Jack Wolf and James Hart. Now it's time to get a look at some of the new blood in our women's division. And that's going to be a theme throughout the night. We got that triple threat match a little bit later on. Danielle Hart, Lily Murphy, and Cassie Vance. But up first, Ileana Summers, guys, going to be welcoming Thea to the CMV women's division. And Ileana Summers, you can just tell the way she confidently swaggers towards the ring. She's got quite an attitude problem that she's managed to pass on to Ben Stacy. And these two saying that this is going to be their season. And obviously, final stand, we saw that epic clash. Jay Young's final match. It was student versus teacher, and Jay Young victorious against Ben Stacy on his way out. And we certainly want to wish Jay Young a happy retirement. But I got a feeling, I said it at the start of last season that Ben Stacy was going to be a world champion. I'm going to say it again right here at the start of this season. Ben Stacy, mark my words right here, will be a world champion by the end of this season. And maybe Ileana Summers will be as well. Well, she's certainly not looking to be a stepping stone for one of these newcomers. Thea from France, making the long journey to the States to compete here in CMV and one of the best women's divisions around. This swole queen. Might be a small package, man, but that small package, the pack a punch, I got a feeling. Look at those abs. I said earlier you can cut cheese on the abs of the bromances. You might be able to cut glass on those abs right there. Leon, thanks for the sub, you beauty. Thank you very much. Thea, who has been waiting for weeks and weeks to make her debut here in CMV. There's got to be butterflies, especially going up against such a dangerous opponent like Ileana Summers. But, well, like I just said moments ago, Ileana Summers herself hasn't been in CMV very long. She debuted maybe about, halfway through last season or so. So she's not looking to allow Thea to walk over her here in her debut when Summers has so much that she wants to accomplish. Let's find out who wants it more, though. Ileana Summers, Thea, here on the Shockwave season premiere. And like I was saying before, we got a lot of new blood in the women's division. Look at later on, Danielle Hart, Lily Murphy, and Cassidy Vance in a triple threat match. Also, Brina Story debuts later on, going one-on-one with Tori Doyle, the Undisputed Elite. Did Thea just bust Ileana open? Are we even 10 seconds into the match yet? I think off that knee, that Thea might have busted Ileana open. I can't really get a good look. Yes, she's bleeding. Thea, man. This is a woman that packs a punch, like I said, a wallop. I would even go so far as to say she is all over Ileana Summers here, the opening moments of this matchup. And she looks to deliver a big discus punch. This is not how I think Ileana Summers envisioned this matchup getting underway. Look at the power. Look at the power of Thea. Dropping Ileana out of that military press. That's quite a distance, though. I don't know about this one. Thea. But she... What? Bro, that was halfway across the goddamn ring. Nailed that elbow drop. So not just bringing the power as well. What athleticism from the French woman right there. And not going to allow Summers to get away. Throws her right back into the ring. Where the hell do you think you're going? Grab her by the foot, just yeeting her towards the ropes. This is about as one-sided as it can get. Ileana Summers, I was not expecting this. Oh, wait a minute, maybe. It ain't over yet. A little bit of a dragon screw right there as now she tries to focus in on that left leg. Yeah, look at that, going after the knee. And you can see Thea does not wear knee pads, which a lot of superstars do when they utilize a lot of knees in their arsenal. And we saw Thea with that knee earlier, busted Ileana open, but at the same time, it leaves your knees obviously exposed. No protection whatsoever. And now Ileana starts to take over. Thea dominating the first couple minutes, but Summers bided her time. Look at this now off the ropes. What a check. What a penalty kick right there across the chest. Look at the wrestling with Ileana Summers. Look, she was trained alongside Ben Stacy by Jay Young, who was trained, of course, by Hall of Famer here in CMV, Dave Turner. In a lot of ways, Ileana Summers, a second generation, third generation superstar. All that knowledge, the knowledge of Dave Turner, the knowledge of Jay Young, the knowledge she shares with Ben Stacy. I don't think any woman in this division could out-wrestle Ileana Summers. And now an Irish whip. Ooh! Ribs first into the side of the steel steps. As we see Summers going to the top. Wait a minute! Elbow of her own! From the top to the outside, and that was to the lower back as well. Trying to outplay Thea. And I think she may have, as she throws her back, and they're going to go for the pin, guys. That could do it. This one could be over to the forearm into the face. Kick out by Thea. Not going to be put down so easily in her debut here. As Ileana looks to deliver a knee to the side of the head. Yeah, the momentum has entirely shifted. It was all Thea, and now it is absolutely all Ileana Summers. As she lifts Thea to her feet. And going to deliver a choke slam. Thea, though, shuts that down. And a pump handle suplex. Just toss it overhead like it ain't no thing but a chicken wang. And now Thea stalking her for a jumping cutter right in the middle of the ring. 1, 2. Number 3 count eludes Thea. 2.999. Very nearly. Had it done there. Gotta get a sit in my dummy here real quick. This matchup running me raw here. But now going back and forth. And Thea, not the best idea to egg on someone as dangerous as Ileana Summers, who now does it herself. These two, I think it's safe to say, not a lot of respect between them. I probably could have told you that before the matchup even began. Oh my goodness, they are going shot for shot. Neither backing down though. Ileana from behind. Oh, lays her out flush. 1, 2. Little bit of a twist, but not enough to get the dubski here. Another incredibly close count, 2.999. And Summers looking a bit frustrated here. There's that choke slam she was looking for. Well, thanks for coming, Thea. I think this one might be in the bag. Dragon Sleeper locked in. Body scissors and all. Thea is caught. She's got to tap. And she does. What a match, guys. What a showing from Thea here in her debut. But Ileana Summers... Oh, wait a minute, guys. Thea's back up, and, well, she wants to offer a handshake for a hard-fought match. Look at her show some respect. Wow. The disrespect. Summers saying, get your shit out of here. Thea just wanted to show some respect for a great match, and Ileana Summers having no time for it. Well, she won. It's her prerogative. Ileana Summers wants the ring to herself. What a match and what a victory for Ileana Summers. Welcome to CMV, Thea. Just learn the hard way how things go most of the time in this women's division, as fierce as it is. And coming up next year on the Shockwave season premiere, my fine feathered friends, we got ourselves what very well could end up being a certified barn burner and a half. It's already been a busy night here on Shockwave, episode 114 for Pure Excellence. We kick things off with Jackson Drake helping his tag team partner Eric Myers to knock off Tobias Jones. Well, now it's Drake's turn to get into the ring, and he's one-on-one here, my friends, with Pink Star, and this is a Climb to Fame contract ladder match qualifier. And as Shay Hoxton himself announced at the top of the show at Climb to Fame, that ladder matchup will return 5 men, 1 briefcase, hanging high above the ring. In it, a contract that can be cashed in anytime, anywhere, for a shot at the Undisputed World Championship. And we know, of course, that later on, Leon Valente and Hunter Quinn will meet in another qualifier, but up first, it's Drake and Pink Star here. 2 men who know each other very well. They have fought plenty of times before around the world and other promotions, so they are no strangers to each other. But for an opportunity like this, and considering the mood that Drake is in, as we already saw earlier tonight, Pink Star is going to have his hands full. Only one of them can make it to Climb to Fame. And the question I have here coming into this one, is Tobias Jones going to perhaps plan a little bit of retribution for Jackson Drake getting involved in his matchup earlier tonight? That's if he's conscious. Eric Myers did drop him on his head pretty hard, so whether or not he's even up and walking around yet, it has been about just about an hour or so, maybe enough time to recover. But I think having Pink Star in the ring, that's enough of a problem in and of itself. But as I talked about during that matchup between Tobias Jones and Eric Myers, things have switched up here coming into the new season. At the end of last season, Tobias Jones and Pink Star, they had that numbers advantage, beating the hell out of Jackson Drake time and again, attacking him from behind. That's not the case anymore. Pure Excellence has shown up in force with Eric Myers and Damian Joyce joining the Shockwave roster. Pink Star, the 2-time Intercontinental Champion. Of course, he lost that championship at Final Stand in a triple threat match to Chris Carter, our new Intercontinental Champion. But Pink Star has his eyes set on a bigger prize, that Climb to Fame contract. Let me just make sure to get my sip of W in right now. Because I got a feeling this one's gonna go hard. So here we go, the 0G champion Jackson Drake, Pink Star, for a spot in the Climb to Fame contract ladder match. And it's Jackson Drake, of course, at Final Stand that same night. Pink Star lost his Intercontinental Championship. Jackson Drake won the 0G Championship in a triple threat match, forcing Tobias Jones to tap out with a pretty nasty armbar. There's a lot of things you got to watch out for when you're in that ring with Jackson Drake. You got to be careful of the armbar, careful of that spinning back fist that can truly come out of nowhere. How about that kick, though? You want to talk about out of nowhere, all right? Pink Star, you look no further. This is a man who, honestly, a few times I've questioned whether or not he's even real. The things that he can do, man, how fast he is. Well, we see that Jackson Drake is trying to shut him down nice and early, trying to ground him. I don't know where Drake thought he was going with that springboard frog splash, but he said, to hell, and I'm going to take the shot. And unfortunately, he came back to bite, and that's why they call it high risk anyhow. Kick to the side of the head. Where's Pink Star going? My man went after Chris Benoit's ghost. He's seen it out there. He tried to take his shot. Jackson Drake back into the ring. Big hook to the jaw right there, as now The 0G champion, nice leapfrog. And they're dropped down by the 0G champion. Clothesline, though. Like I said, these two know each other very well. This is not the first time they have met one-on-one. But for such a golden opportunity, both these guys are going to bring their A game and then some. Just think about what that contract awards its holder. And, oh, well, I had a feeling, did I say it or not, Tobias Jones was going to look for a little bit of payback, but wait a minute, he's in the ring. Drake, don't turn around. Sledgehammer to the gut. Tobias Jones. The ref's just not going to know where that sledgehammer came from. He's like, oh. He gets rid of it, but, well, the damage is done. And Pigs won. A little bit too much time for Jackson Drake to be done in. But a sledgehammer shot like that to the gut. Jackson Drake going to be lucky if he doesn't have a couple of cracked ribs. The force with which Tobias Jones rammed him in the midsection. Look, you can't really feel too bad for Jackson Drake. He took the first shot earlier tonight, coming down and causing a distraction during the match between Tobias Jones and Eric Myers. Cost Jones that matchup. Jones getting his lick back, as the kids would say. Oh, but Drake is still standing. That's one tough son of a gun. And the 0G champion not going to let Tobias cost him season premiere matchup here, and again with what is at stake, a spot in the Climb to Fame contract ladder match. What a kick! No, Pink Star seeing that one coming, able to duck, avoids getting his head potentially taken clean off, removed from his shoulders surgically. Pink Star not able to avoid getting drop chest first across that top rope. I can only guess that Jackson Drake's midsection's got to be killing him right now, but he's doing a good job of hiding it, of trying to stay focused, of not showing weakness. Can't afford to. As I was in the process of saying, though, when I was so rudely interrupted by Tobias Jones, look at what that contract has done for men in the past. Look at last year. John Lipnick won the Climb to Fame contract ladder match. What a knee, and into a poison rana! Drake is done. He's out. He's in La La Land. Pink Star, I'm not too sure what he's cooking up. He's not finished. Oh, but Drake comes back to life. Should have taken the chance when you had it. Silencer! Into the pin. 1, 2, but a kick out. John Lipnick, who won the Climb to Fame contract ladder match last year, went on to cash it in and become undisputed world champion. Right to the back of the head. No. Pink Star again. And the Liger Bomb. Vintage Pink Star. Struggles to get to his feet, though. Looks like some damage done to his lower back he's feeling right about now. Great combination. They're able to outmaneuver Jackson Drake here so fast. So unbelievably fast, like a blur. You blink and you miss it offense. Oh, and Pink Star now unsheathing the heavenly sword. 1, 2, 3. 2.999. Jackson Drake says, let me get out of here with the quickness. That kick to the jaw has put down many a man. But not Jackson Drake, who must have himself a jaw of steel. But Pink Star trying to slingshot himself to the outside, not trying to give Jackson Drake any sort of chance to recover. But Drake already has, and able to get out of the way. So now he sends Pink Star's shoulder first into the steel barricade, grabs a hold of the arm, snacks it off the floor. Drake is pissed off here. Understandable after that interference by Tobias Jones. Big forearm. Really loaded up on that one, the Pink Star. Shoved back, though, count of 4. Jackson Drake not even going to risk it. He ain't going to play around. He gets back into the ring. Pingstar struggling to get to his feet. What a match this has been. Did I say certified bar burner and a half or what? Our match going to resume, hopefully uninterrupted for the remainder of it. Big super kick attempted, but Pingstar gets out of the way. Another one of those forearms. That's like a shotgun blast, man. And Pingstar trying to go up the top. It's like a springboard super kick. Drake. He doesn't know where he is. Wait a minute. Spins him around. There's that back fist. Good night. Sends him to Dream Street. But it can't go. Unbelievable. What a match. Like I said, for a spot in the Climb to Fame contract ladder match, it's do or die. You give it your all. And we're seeing it from both these men. Big double axe handle. Keeping it simple. Keeping it old school. And Jackson Drake, I believe it was via the Heavenly Sword, busted him open. And he is bleeding buckets now. Blood just pouring down his face, and this is not going to help. Pingstar and Jackson Drake now, shot for shot, late into this matchup. Who is going to climb to fame? Who takes a step towards securing their future here in CMV? Both these men have the potential to be world champion, and now, shot for shot, knocking each other loopy. Who's quicker? What a dodge! Silencer again! Uno! Dos! No trace. No trace! Topher! No trace! Jackson Drake lifted Pingstar up. Go from behind now, elbow to the jaw though. And I think Jackson Drake doing all this potentially shattered the ribs after that sledgehammer shot. There it is! Armbar! Cross armbar! If he can pull it back, it's locked in! It's locked in! And Pingstar taps! Jackson Drake is going to climb to fame. Not a good night for the alliance between Tobias Jones and Pingstar, as you saw Jones's interference there with that sledgehammer shot to the gut. What a match. Whew. These two threw their absolute best shots at each other. I'll tell you, I thought it was over when Pingstar nailed the Heavenly Sword. I would have bet you my bottom dollar right here. The Heavenly Sword connecting flush perfectly. Look how close. 1, 2, no. A barn burner, baby. There's the spinning back fist too. I would have told you it was over right there as well. But no, Pingstar stayed in it for a while longer. But once that cross arm bar's locked in, and especially once Drake is able to pull back like that, hyperextend it, the Zero-G champion is the first man to qualify for the Climb to Fame contract ladder match. A great night for pure excellence. What a way to kick off the season. And we will find out who, of course, is going to be joining Jackson Drake at Climb to Fame in that Climb to Fame contract ladder match a little bit later on. It's going to be Leon Valente and Hunter Quinn in another qualifier. And, of course, 3 more spots after that to be fought for. But coming up next, guys, triple threat matchup featuring 3 newcomers in our women's division. We, of course, saw earlier tonight Thea make her debut in a hard-fought contest against Ileana Summers, which in the end, Summers victorious. And Thea, who, to her credit, tried to show some respect, a little bit of sportsmanship after the fact, was shut down hard by Summers. But here in this triple threat, 3 new women in this division of ours, looking to make a name for themselves. Danielle Hart out first, the witch of CMV. Wicked? I guess we'll find out once this matchup gets underway. Of course, a triple threat match means no countouts and no disqualifications, so these 3 women are going to have everything at their disposal to try and make an impact here on the season premiere. Like I've said before already tonight, the fierce women's division here in CMV, man. The best of the best. And of course, we have ourselves a new women's world champion. At final stand, it was Alice Blake winning that triple threat elimination matchup, ending the reign of her friend Celestia. And if I were Alice Blake, I'd be watching all of these newcomers, taking stock of the new arrivals, who to take notice of. Might be a potential threat down the line. Let's not forget Alice Blake, also one half of the women's tag team champions alongside Sarah Miller. But this right here, guys, Lily Murphy. And I'll be honest, I don't know a whole lot about this young woman, but we're going to find out, all of us, exactly all that we need to know by the end of this matchup. And last but not least, the winner of the 2nd season of the Reality of Wrestling. The younger sister of the current World Tag Team Champion, Blake Virtue, but looking to make a name for herself. Step out of her brother's shadow. And I'd say she's already on her way to doing just that by winning the 2nd season of the Reality of Wrestling, earning herself a contract here in CMV. And she went through quite a lot of trials and tribulations during the 2nd season of the Reality of Wrestling, not just from the other competitors, obviously, and specifically one man in particular, but also from her own family, from Blake Virtue, who didn't want Cassidy here in CMV, didn't want her to become a wrestler. Urged her against it, but it's all that Cassidy has ever wanted. Went behind her brother's back to sign up for the 2nd season of the Reality of Wrestling, and hot damn, she went all the way. And in the end, Blake Virtue did soften up to her. Realized, all right, maybe you do have what it takes to cut it in this business. But Vance learned firsthand exactly how cutthroat this business and CMV specifically can be. She's going to learn even more here in her debut. Obviously, there's a lot of eyes on Cassidy Vance in this one, which maybe Danielle Hart and Lily Murphy might take exception to, as it looks like they're teaming up on her early on here. Lily Murphy, big drop kick to the shoulder, but it didn't topple Hart. Wrapped her in Ellie's knife edge chops. Vance to her feet. She's got a lot to live up to. That's just the weight on her shoulders. Whether she wants to be recognized as Blake Virtue's little sister or not, that's the case for a lot of people. You see Blake Virtue, the current World Tag Team Champion, alongside Troy Colt, former World Champion. That's a lot to live up to. But Vance knows, confident that she can step out of that shadow and make a legacy all her own here in CMV. She's tenacious. She sees what she wants and she goes after it. And Danielle Hart tried to go for a clothesline there, but had to get out of the way and out. Get to her feet. Irish whip off the rope. She's going to go. Block, though, and it looks like they're trying to take her into the corner now as Lily Murphy gets back into the ring. Again, triple threat rules, but it's not elimination style. There's no countouts, no disqualifications. First woman to get the pin or submission here, as Lily Murphy looks to do right here. Only a one count, though. And no time to worry about it as Vance trying to light her up. And to the back of the head. Hurricane Rana. Cassidy Vance even went so far as to change her last name from Virtue to Vance. So that she isn't instantly recognizable as a Virtue. She wants to be considered a rookie here, you know what I mean? The likes of a Hart, of a Murphy, new here in this division, wants to prove herself, doesn't want to be handed anything. Lily Murphy taking it in the air. That arm drag throws Hart down onto the floor hard. No countouts. These three are allowed to stay out here as long as they like to, but Vance can get back into the ring. Going to the top rope. Off the top she goes! It clips Lily Murphy. Obviously did not get all of what she was looking for there. Some sort of like senton, but now we give Murphy a taste of the apron as we see Danielle Hart pull out a baseball bat and Rolf tries to crack open Cassidy Vance's skull. Oh, there's the Sugar cameo. Are we going to get a Ralph cameo? It's the season premiere. And Lily Murphy is going to hang out in the ring while the two opponents beat the hell out of each other at ringside. That's what I would do. You can't really hate on it. It's a brilliant strategy in a matchup like this, a multi-person matchup. Let your opponents do damage to each other, and then when you see an opening and you see your shot, take it. I love that. Oh, what a knee! Almost put her knee right through Danielle Hart's head. The psychic knee, but the witch of CMV is able to stay alive, but now Lily Murphy up to Brett's rope. Double axe handle takes her down. She's going to go for a quick pin while Hart is down on the outside. What a kick out. Hart back to her feet. She's going to waste no time getting back into the ring in a matchup like this. A pin could happen in the blink of an eye. Don't even have to be involved in the decision. There's a bulldog. Vance gets to her feet. Big right hook. Great combination, finishing with a Hurricane Rana. Murphy just back to her feet and immediately sent into the corner. As Hart, what is this? Gonna set her up. Oh my God, did you hear that chop? And just gonna drop her rear end down across the... Oh! They're gonna pin Lily Murphy. 1, 2. What a kick out, and now pin Hart. Pin Hart. Well, senton there. And she's gonna do that. 1, 2. No trace off that jumping cutter of hers. Hart is hurt. A little wobbly on them spaghetti legs. Lily Murphy stop Vance from digging under the ring. Perhaps some weaponry she might be able to utilize here. Hart now back under the ring. Steel chair. Oh man, gonna regret her decision to bring that out from under the ring. As Lily Murphy gonna sit out facebuster on the chair. I don't think that could have possibly gone any worse for Danielle Hart. Well, Hart showing her toughness, already back to her feet and laughing at Cassidy Vance. She's lucky she doesn't have a broken face right now. Speaking of broken faces, though, Lily Murphy going to throw Cassidy Vance back into the ring. Danielle Hart right behind them. Oh, cartwheel back elbow. Whoa! Hart off the ropes like a flash. And into the pin off that drop kick, but broken up by Vance just after the count of 1. The quicker here is Cassidy. What the hell? Maybe she is a wicked witch, using some of her powers, as it were, to escape from the clutches of Cassidy Vance. I'm not even sure what I just saw. TKO! And Murphy gonna try to take it. 1, 2, 3, and she does! Lily Murphy victorious in this triple threat match. And what a match it was. I'm still trying to process what the hell that was that we saw towards the end there from Danielle Hart. Look at that knee. Nearly ended it right there, did Cassidy Vance. Look at Psycho, there's that rear end drop in the corner. Vance seeing her opening. She should have pinned Danielle Hart first. And maybe, just maybe, she would have been the one victorious here, but tried to pin Murphy and then pin Hart, but it was too little too late. Hart able to kick out. The match continued. Look at this right here. Hart pulls out a steel chair and immediately gets dropped face first onto it. Lily Murphy showing just how quick-witted she is. Able to take her shot as soon as the opportunity presented itself. TKO. And, well, Vance not able to get back into the ring in time to break up the pin. Lily Murphy arriving in the CMV women's division with a great victory here tonight. I like what I saw from this young woman. I liked it a lot. An opportunist. And that's what you have to be to survive in a division like this. And it is into our tertiary main event that we go here, my friends, on Shockwave, episode 114, our season premiere. You might have noticed I've toned it down just a little bit after that Pink Star Jackson Drake match because my voice is ready to go. I got to make it last for the rest of the show. I thought I was good enough to go, man. I thought my voice had recovered at least enough, but maybe my voice might be permanently, I don't know. I'm all types of fucked up right now. I can keep it real with you. Not as fucked up, though, as Leon Valente might end up being by the end of this matchup right here. Because Hunter Quinn is, as we all well know, not a man to play with, and especially when you stand between he and an opportunity like what is at stake here, guys. This a Climb to Fame contract ladder match qualifier. And we saw earlier tonight Jackson Drake, despite a pre-planned mid-match attack by Tobias Jones, able to defeat Pink Star, the first man of 5 to qualify. Now who joins him? Will it be Valente or will it be Quinn? We find out in just a moment. And Hunter Quinn, a man who knows full well what an opportunity like this entails. He is a former Money in the Bank winner. Hunter Quinn, though, is one of the very few in CMV history to cash in and lose. Cashed in on Blake Virtue a few years ago, but Virtue was able to overcome those odds. As hurt as he was, I believe it was after he retained the Global Championship against Bob Luger. Hunter Quinn, though, I have a feeling if he's able to win that Climb to Fame contract, he might try to time things a little bit better. Learn from that experience. Make up for that unfortunate occurrence, to put it lightly. Not a lot of people get a chance to redo history, as it were. Hunter Quinn's got that chance if he can make it past Leon Valente here. And Leon Valente, of course, the former protege of Chris Diamond, former Anarchy champion. Looking to start anew here on Shockwave. The entirety of his career so far spent over on Octane, mostly under the wing of Chris Diamond, but broke out on his own, defeated Chris Diamond at Ascendance 11. And like I said, for everyone, man, woman alike, it's a chance to start anew here in CMV with a brand new season. And that's exactly what Valente looks to do here against Hunter Quinn in his Climb to Fame contract ladder match qualifier. Our tertiary main event here tonight. Two heavy hitters. Only one of them is heading to that Climb to Fame contract ladder match, though. And Hunter Quinn, of course, he knows what it is to be a world champion. He's a former undisputed world champion. He's been to the top of the mountain, and he wants to get back there again. Leon Valente, meanwhile, I think he has all the potential in the world to be a world champion, to be the champ that runs the camp. That king that sits upon the throne on the top of the mountain. Look at a clean break right there. It's a rarity to see. That shows that there's respect between these two. The Hunter Quinn of old might have taken a cheap shot right there. And in fact, once upon a time, Leon Valente may have as well. You see a great trifecta pulled off there by Valente. And Valente, of course, has quite a stellar record here in CMV. He has only been defeated one-on-one. Big elbow from the top. Well, that just shifted things pretty dramatically early on here. But as I was saying, Leon Valente has only been defeated one-on-one a couple of times. Twice, I think. Maybe 3 times. But he is one of the winningest superstars that we have seen here in CMV the last few years. And that's what Hunter Quinn has to contend with here. Obviously, Valente, an extraordinarily dangerous submission specialist. Murphy's not going to forget the count again, is he? Let's get this back into the ring, fellas. Let's not give him the chance to. Come on, that's the Climb to Fame contract qualifier. There we go. Back in the ring. Ooh, Hunter Quinn. Look like that one might have taken a fair bit out of him. Stop across the chest. Like I said, 2 hard-hitting SOBs right here. And neither is giving in to the other. They're standing toe-to-toe. But Valente is going to be the one left standing now as he puts down Quinn the hard way with that forearm smash. But he takes a step back and a measure for a knee drop. Ooh, able to get out of the way. Here's Hunter Quinn. Big hook of the jaw. No denying, this is one of Valente's biggest matches in his CMV career. Taking on some of the caliber of Hunter Quinn, a former undisputed world champion, for a spot in the Climb to Fame contract ladder match. Destiny hangs in the balance, man. The very future. Who's going to grab it? Like I said, Hunter Quinn knows what it takes to climb that ladder, to unhook the briefcase. He knows what it means to eat failure, to suffer that. And he wants a do-over. But Valente, ain't gonna give it to him so easily. Jawbreaker though from Quinn. Staggers him back at ringside. Ooh, and again into the steel steps. The ribs of Valente careening right into the side of that harsh steel. It doesn't tickle, I can tell you that much. Unfortunately, I know from experience. Valente now back up to a count of 6 as Valente delivers some stabbing knees across the chest of the Hellhound. Back into the ring here. Valente gonna do just that. Sends Hunter Quinn ahead of him. Almost trips up Murphy getting back in. Oh, knee bar! Locked in. Valente, as I touched on before, a submission specialist. So many different submissions he utilizes. He's perfected the rear naked choke, the triangle choke we've seen before. Oh my God! Psycho Drilla! It's been a hot minute since Hunter Quinn has hit that. I feel like. More recently, should have used the Jaeger bomb or that big kick between the eyes, the beast bite too. But somehow that didn't keep Valente down for the 3 count. That's the toughness, well documented, of Leon Valente. Then Hunter Quinn would join an extraordinarily short list, if he's victorious here, of men who have beaten Valente one-on-one, double knee face breaker from off Brett's rope. Just a 2 count. Kick to the top of the head, big knee. The Psycho Killer trying to hype himself up here, keep his head in the game. Goes to the jaw, spins him around. Back suplex though, gets chowed with a punch to the top of the head. And the Diamond Cutter! 1, 2! Not an homage to his former protege. Quite the opposite, as a matter of fact, but full Nelson, take it over. Wait a minute, is this the Beast Bite? Beast Bite! Hunter Quinn's own move used against him. And what the hell? Is that Joseph Santos? That's Joseph. What is he doing? What did we just see? Joseph Santos not only back, but just laid out Valente and Quinn in one fell swoop. What did... Joseph Santos is back? We've not seen him since Ascendance, since the gauntlet match against the Arsenal Tilco Val. He was supposed to be gone, but what is the meaning of this? Well, my friends, I'm still reeling from what we just saw. I thought for a second I was seeing a ghost or something. Imagine how Leon Valente and Hunter Quinn must have felt. Especially Valente. Doesn't even get a chance to celebrate his win before getting blindsided by a returning Joseph Santos. Hunter Quinn caught in the chaos too, but I genuinely didn't think we were ever going to see Joseph Santos back in a CMV ring. Well, maybe with the disappearance of Tailcoat Val, Santos saw his chance to make a return, and make a return he most certainly did. But let's not gloss over the fact, guys, that Leon Valente has qualified for the Climb to Fame contract ladder match, joining Jackson Drake. And, of course, 3 other spots to be fought for. Qualifying matches continue next episode of Shockwave, but well, the show goes on here, guys, and it's our co-main event up next. This is Tori Doyle of the Undisputed Elite in action. Of course, Ruby Rebel and Suplex in her corner as Doyle takes on a new arrival in this women's division. Of course, we've seen a fair few already tonight. The likes of Thea and Danielle Hart, Lily Murphy, Cassidy Vance showing what they can bring to this women's division. Well, now it is Brina Story's turn. Like I talked about at the start of the show, it's a brand new season. Now we have got plenty of new faces, men, women alike, arriving here in CMV, looking to make a name for themselves, looking to make an impact. And Brina Story is no different. With a smile on her face, once that bell rings, hopefully that smile fades, because Tori Doyle is not one to play with. 2-time women's tag team champion. Brina Story has got a work cut out for her here if she wants a victory in her CMV debut. And with our main event still to come up next, guys, Undisputed World Champion Ellie Quinn in a handicap match against the Killjoy Club. Ellie Quinn going into that matchup not at 100%. I got a feeling she might leave even worse off as Tori Doyle gets things started in a massive way with a double bounce cutter up out of the corner there. Well, Story most certainly was not ready for it. As now we get some knees delivered to the side of the head. As dangerous as Tori Doyle is in the ring, you can't forget about Ruby Rebel and Suplex at ringside as well. Brina Story well and truly with quite a mountain to climb here in her debut. But climb it she is most certainly going to do. Ooh, look at this little calf crusher. Calf crusher action. Watch him for a couple of seconds, though, gets back into the ring where Tori Doyle is waiting for her. A few rapid kicks to the face. Certainly nothing pretty, but I'd say that moonsault damn pretty. Off the top, and Tori Doyle getting mixed up at the end of last season in the Women's World Championship picture. Undisputed Elite has eyes to capture all the championship gold in the women's division this season. They want the Women's Tag Team Championship back. They've made it clear they want the Rising Star Championship too. And Tori Doyle, that Women's World Championship call in her name. Again, we have a new champion. That's Alice Blake at Final Stand, winning that triple threat match, ending the reign of Celestia. And I'm sure she's at home. She's not here tonight. Wasn't scheduled for action. But I'm sure she's been watching this women's division. The new faces, the old faces. Like I talked about earlier, taking stock of who she might have to keep her eyes on. Tori Doyle. There's a punch. I believe Suplex may have exposed a top turnbuckle. The referee is now fixing it, yeah. That's typical Undisputedly, always using their numbers advantage. And this is no different, obviously. Story getting dragged away from the ropes here. Doyle. People's moonsault. I'm not exactly sure that Tori Doyle is necessarily a fan favorite here in CMV. Oh, but gets herself quite a close 2 count right there, which Story survives, but maybe not for very much longer. Frog splash! Directly on the button. 1, 2, kick out again. The Brina Story showing everybody the resiliency that she possesses here in her very first matchup in CMV. It's got to be hard. All these new faces, especially in the women's division, that we've already seen even just tonight, and even more to debut on Octane and in the coming weeks, to try to differentiate yourself from the pack. That's a Brina Story able to defeat someone like Tori Doyle here. What a roll-up. A little bit of a spider pin. Not even able to get a 1 count, though, as the undisputed elite at ringside throwing in a kendo stick. Referee's doing a very good job of deterring the antics of Ruby Rebel and Suplex so far in this match. We'll see if that continues, though. Tori Doyle met with some elbows to the gut. Brina gets herself free. Gonna drag Doyle over to the ropes. Setting her up, Irish whip. Over the back she goes, turn around. Look at Brina Story with the agility. Drop kick, it still ain't over. And mark it out to herself just a little bit. That's fair. 1, 2. Oh, she was hoping to blindsided Tori Doyle there. No luck though. Now it's Ruby Rebel playing with the top turnbuckle cover. Has exposed it. The referee sees it again though. Why don't you eject them, ref? Here's an idea. Get them the hell out of here. Ruby Rebel and Suplex non-stop trying to interfere. They hook to the jaw, cheeky jab. Brina gonna eat it though. I'll take a look at Brina's Story. Maybe not expect such a level of toughness, but she is showcasing it in this matchup. Going toe-to-toe with a 2-time Women's Tag Team Champion. Making an enemy of the undisputed elite in your very first match maybe isn't the best idea in the world, but Story is unwilling to back down here. Gets tripped up though, and now Doyle sees her shot. Gonna take it with a cliffhanger pile driver. You don't kick out from that. 1, 2, 3. What? Brina busted. I don't look at Doyle's like, no, not like this. The ref doesn't see it. Oh, the ref did see it. I love this ref. Get Murphy out of here. Tori Doyle trying to cheat, using leverage from the ropes. Dirty, dirty pin, but Brina now. Moonsault misses, makes up for it. Quick thinking. And it almost gets her the win. Almost, though, is not good enough. Not here, not in CMV. Oh, she's got to be hurting, man. She's bleeding. Look at this, going to take Tori Doyle down. A Fujiwara armbar is applied here by Brina, which Doyle is able to rather easily escape from. Ooh, with style, too. And Scissors gets to her feet. Moonlight drive! Cruising and bruising. 1, 2. But the corkscrew neckbreaker ain't gonna get the job done. A hurting for certain. What's this now from Story? Sliding kick upside the head. Now Tori Doyle is feeling the effects of Brina Story's offense. Maybe earlier on she was a bit overconfident. I don't think that's the case any longer, though. Story should have stayed in the ring. Thought about it. Maybe didn't make the best decision. It looks like Brina might have her arm caught on the barricade. Is a fan in the front row grabbing Brina's hair? What is happening here? It looks as though somebody is holding Brina's story back. Is that some undisputed elite member in disguise or something? I don't know what is happening here, but Tori Doyle gets the count-out win. What just happened? I think there was someone in the front row holding Brina's story back. Brina was trying to get back into the ring. I told you not to exit the ring. Did I say it or didn't I? And there was someone in the front row that was a fan. We got to get security over there. Somebody was holding Brina back from getting back into the ring, and it costs her. Tori Doyle with a count-out win, but as we say here in CMV, a count-out win is a win. And Tori Doyle taking it with a smirk on her face. We need to get security over there right now. I don't know if that was just some rabid fan, maybe a big Brina Story fan, or maybe something more sinister. I don't know. We need to get that guy the hell out of here, or girl, whoever. I have never seen anything like that. And to think Brina's story as well, man, she was really gassing up towards the end of that matchup. I really believe she had the chance to win this one if it had continued properly, but we need to investigate right now. Where is security? Tori Doyle, no qualms, taking this count-out win. And Brina's story, understandably livid. Anybody would be. Cannot believe that. My friends, it has been a phenomenal start to the season here. Shockwave, number 114. But now it is main event time. And despite my voice hanging on by a thread, I'm so happy to be back. It's been a great night. Some awesome action we've seen. Some shenanigans as well. We've had our fair share of shenanigans. Now we see the undisputed world champion, the devil herself. And while taking a good look here at Ellie Quinn, you would not think that inside is a broken woman. And I'm talking literally, physically, perhaps mentally, definitely spiritually. But Ellie Quinn does not show it. Stoic in the face of adversity. And well, that's certainly what she's facing here tonight in our main event, adversity. This handicap match against the Killjoy Club. It was at the top of the show that Ellie Quinn struck a bargain with Shay Hoxton. In exchange for Hoxton giving Ellie Quinn what she wants, a one-on-one match with Stevie Gabriel at Climb to Fame. No outside interference, no rules, no ropes and no canvas. Ellie Quinn, though, in exchange for that, on the very same night at Climb to Fame, after that matchup, she must also defend her undisputed world championship, no matter what condition she may be in, against the right-hand man of Shay Hoxton, the enforcer, Morgan. And on top of that, this handicap matchup here in our main event. against Taylor Wagner and Amelia Jones of the Killjoy Club. It was the end of last season, guys. Final stand. Trios matchup that we saw Amelia Jones pin Ellie Quinn. Clean. Right in the middle of the ring. A huge win for the Killjoy Club. Or should I say the new Killjoy Club, of course, under the leadership of Stevie Gabriel, who not showing her face tonight, it looks like. And, well, I think that's probably the best idea for everyone involved. A handicap match, folks, here at our main event. And obviously a ploy here by Shay Hoxton to ensure that Ellie Quinn does not make it to Climb to Fame in one whole piece. I mean, she's barely already at this point. Her shoulder, her neck. She's looking like a Shao Rong right about now. 100%, man. That's a pipe dream. 50% might even be a stretch when we're talking about Ellie Quinn in her current physical state. Not even to mention mentally what she's gone through these last couple of months. And still she stands, still she fights. No backing down. You know, Ellie Quinn likes to call herself the devil, but I think she may have struck a deal with the real devil earlier tonight, Shay Hoxton. And I say that in, you know, utmost respect. It's a good thing to me. Of course, my partner in crime, Shay Hoxton. Look, I'm an Ellie Quinn fan. I always have been, but I think there's a certain point where you gotta take stock of your life. You gotta look around and maybe accept that things are changing and there's just nothing you can do but step aside or get swept up in the storm. And I think that's the decision that awaits Ellie Quinn. She wants to keep fighting. She wants to try to stand against Shay Hoxton and what's changing here in CMV, this new era. But I think she's got to face reality one of these days. She's got to see she no longer has her Killjoy Club. She barely has any friends after that argument with the Uncut Gems, too, at the end of last season. The last couple of allies she may have had might have gone up in smoke. I mean, where's the Gems right here tonight? Where's Alexia Diamond? Where's Ruby Rattel? Nowhere to be seen. Ellie Quinn's all on her own. And she's got the Sharks circling. You can respect the fact that she wants to stand her ground, but, well, with Ellie Quinn, like I said, if she does not step aside willingly and accept change, she's going to be mowed down by it. She is delivering these pump kicks, man. Like, who's sorry, though? Amelia Jones eating one after the other. Of course, the significant other of Stevie Gabriel, who I don't even think is in the arena here tonight, which, like I said, might be the best idea for everyone involved. As Ellie Quinn, the moment she lays eyes on Stevie Gabriel, it's going to be psycho hour. It's going to be madhouse. But well, I wonder how Stevie Gabriel feels about the deal Shay Hoxton and Ellie Quinn made earlier tonight. I got a feeling Shay Hoxton did not inform Stevie Gabriel. Didn't really ask for her opinion, how she feels about that match being made official for Climb to Fame. No ropes, no canvas. Going to be exposed boards, no rules, and no outside interference. But again, Ellie Quinn then, whether she wins or loses, whether she's in one piece or not, missing an arm and a leg, she will have to defend against Morgan, her undisputed World Heavyweight Championship. Big slingshot leg drop. I'll tell you, Ellie Quinn has been dominating this handicap match so far. Not trying to give Shay Hoxton, certainly not trying to give Stevie Gabriel or the Killjoy Club the satisfaction of seeing her hurt, seeing her wounded. Oh! Wagner, I think, just gouged the eye of Quinn. I don't believe the ref saw it in that collar and elbow tie-up. Wagner, big stomp now. Oh, Ellie Quinn In control before, certainly not any longer. Need that sip of W. Come on, we're at the finish line, boys. You can do it. By the way, W.GG, promo code CMV23 to get yourself 10% off your purchase. Oh, Amelia Jones going to try to take a swipe here. Oh, it pays for it. Jumping cutter on the floor. Back in the ring now, Wagner's the legal woman. Going to try to roll her up. One. Countered. 1, 2. Oh, that would have been quite a cheeky steal indeed from Ellie Quinn, but not going to be quite so lucky. Amelia Jones back up on the apron and instantly dropped back down to the floor. Ellie Quinn's trying her best. Oh my. Got whipped back first with a steel barricade and then like it's nothing. Ragdolled overhead. This Wagner, man, one strong woman. She scares me. I'm not ashamed to admit it. Neck breaker on the floor, too. And here comes Amelia Jones, as if things weren't bad enough. Ellie Quinn thrown back into the ring. Body broken. Spirit twisted. Big pump kick to again. That's Ellie Quinn's go-to here. Why not? If it ain't broke, don't fix it, the old saying goes. Ellie Quinn trying for a little bit of an attitude adjustment, I think, there. Shades of her mentor, Zach Cage, perhaps. Oh, no, what is this? Ellie Quinn, big boot! Caved her face in. 1, 2, kicks out. I don't know how. Amelia Jones shoving her boot right down the gullet of the undisputed world champion, now a bulldog. Gonna attack right back out to Taylor Wagner. This is what a handicap match is all about. Killjoy Club with the tag in and out at will. Ellie Quinn's got no one to fall back on, nobody to rely on, nobody to watch her six. You are alone, Ellie Quinn. Some more double team offense. Double back body drop. Falls back down hard to the canvas. Amelia Jones stalking her. Right back into the corner, man. This is like clockwork. Look at this well-oiled machine. Tag back in. And now a double hip toss. Double kick. One to the chest, one to the back. This is what you wanted, Ellie Quinn. You made the deal. Fight as she might. Like an insect fighting against a tsunami. What hope does it have? Kick to the gut, spins her around. Nelson versus SDO again. Will bust Taylor Wagner open. Not finished though. She'll try from him. She had the opportunity. A pump kick as Wagner gonna spill to the outside. She's been busted wide open, but Ellie Quinn not backing down. Not taking her finger off the trigger. Oh my God. The go around, man, just laying out Wagner flat on the floor. Back in the ring, though, is where she wants her. Imagine Ellie Quinn defeating the Killjoy Club here in this handicap matchup. Real stick in the craw of Shay Hoxton and most certainly Stevie Gabriel. Big boot out of the corner, right between the eyes of Wagner, but a kick out by the Giantess. Ellie Quinn looking up. That might be the only ally you have left, but honestly, I don't know if God really wants anything to do with the devil herself. Stop. Wagner gets to her feet. Look how slow Ellie is moving. She has got nothing left in the tank here. Oh, what a backbreaker. Tilt-a-whirl single knee. And a scoop slam. Wagner follows up with a corkscrew elbow. And there's the tag to a relatively fresh Amelia Jones. Wagner's been doing most of the heavy lifting here in our main event. Big boom. No! Eliminated from the Royal Rumble. And Ellie Quinn mocking her. Now, there's one thing about Ellie. If she's going down, man, Well, I'll say if she goes down, she's going down with a smirk on her face and fighting, but completely whiffed. That dive attempt to the outside landed flat on her back. Oh, resorting to stomping on Amelia Jones. What the hell is she doing? Oh my God, that's the exposed country! Oh my God! Stop to the back of the head! And Jones now a race back into the ring, where Jones is able to catch her. X-Plex. No, Amelia drops down behind her. Jones might have herself a broken nose. That's if she's lucky. After that stop! Into the pin off the spear. 1, 2. What a kick out. Even Wagner got a little bit worried there. Kick to the top of the head though, Jones. Ever crafty, the former women's tag team champion. Try to go after the knee now of Ellie, as if the hamburger meat neck and shredded shoulder weren't bad enough. What is this? Well, speaking of a stomp, bam! Drilled into the canvas. 1, 2, 3. Amelia Jones has got the toughness. Unlike I've seen before. Especially from a woman her size, but what the? That was a ref! That was a poke to the eye! As blatant as day! That was right in front of the ref. The eye gouge earlier from Wagner, I could see the ref missing that. But that eye poke was blatant, and now look at this. Powerbomb stacks her up. 1, 2. Kicked out. How is Ellie Quinn still alive? How is she still fighting? How, I ask you? Amelia Jones, whirly bird head scissors. Amelia, lucky that her head wasn't squashed like a goddamn watermelon slammed on the pavement. I don't know. Wagner now tagged in. But Amelia not going to give Ellie the chance to recover. Chance to rest for even a moment. Going to throw her right back into the ring. Right at the hands of Taylor Wagner. Look at Ellie, man. She's gone. No, she's not. I can't fathom how. Oh, what the hell was that? She threw herself desperately at Taylor Wagner. Which, when you're in the position of Ellie Quinn, man, you got to be desperate. You know what they say, when you're desperate, you're dangerous. Ellie Quinn, already dangerous. Add on her current mental state, all that she has gone through. This is a woman that is willing to die, man, to get her revenge. That's facts. That's factoids. Not letting Wagner get away. It starts with these two. It ends with Stevie Gabriel at Climb to Fame. No ropes, an exposed canvas. No rules. What the hell? Taking Wagner for a ride. Off the top. Driven into the mat, but broken up is the pin. That might have been the win for Ellie Quinn, but Amelia Jones does not let... A stop for Wagner! What keeps Ellie going, man? Is this going to be it? Wait a minute! Ellie Quinn! Ellie Quinn has done it! I don't know how, but she has survived! The devil herself against the odds, and I can only picture Shea Hoxton and his reaction to this. But look, Ellie Quinn may have won this match, let me stress, by the skin of her teeth. But I believe the damage was done. The primary mission accomplished by the Killjoy Club here. Ellie Quinn came into this matchup lucky to be at 50%. And the Killjoy Club beat the hell out of her in this match. And they still got a long road between now and Climb to Fame. I do not see Ellie Quinn making it to climb to fame, guys. And if she does, it ain't going to be in one piece. Harley Quinn may have survived here tonight, but who knows what awaits the devil herself going forward. The season premiere of Shockwave, episode 114. Thank you so much for joining me, everyone. What a show it was. I don't know when Octane will be low-key because my voice is so messed up, but of course we'll keep you up to date. And until then, I will see you, of course, when I see you.